Five people fatally shot on Walton Park Road. 5 people were shot and killed on Walton Park Road in Kingston Monday evening. The incident occurred around 7 p.m. The Constable Communications Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, confirmed the incident but were unable to provide further details. Retired cop killed in Mandeville crash. A retired policeman died as a result of injuries he sustained in a two-vehicle crash in Mandeville, Manchester on Monday. Relatives identify him as Robert Lambert, a retired police sergeant. Preliminary reports are that about 7 p.m., Lambert was driving a Nissan Tiida motor car towards Villa Road when, upon reaching the intersection with the Carteret Road, the car collided with an Isuzu truck. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Relatives who gathered at the scene of the crash were in a state of shock and disbelief up to late Monday night. 6 schoolboys seen in viral video physically and sexually assaulting 13-year-old girl charged. 6 schoolboys who were seen in a viral video physically and sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl has been charged. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, says the boys have been charged with several offenses including, but not limited to, rape, forcible abduction, knowing and producing child pornography, and distributing child pornography. According to the CPFSA, investigations reveal that a group of male students allegedly lured the girl to a house where she was sexually assaulted and the act was recorded. The agency has intervened in the matter and is providing psychological intervention to the 13-year-old girl. Head of the CPFSA, Loretta Adams Thomas, says the agency has met with the girl's family. Mrs. Adams Thomas says the levels of violence by children are of grave concern.
We were made aware of the video early Saturday morning on the 23rd of November 2024. Our investigating team located the young girl and her family and met with them on Sunday, November 24th, and provided brief counseling. The child was referred to the Victim Services Division for additional support, and she's also to receive a medical assessment today, Monday, January 25th. And we will continue to work with the family through our Children and Family Support Unit. We strongly condemn this despicable act that was meted out to this young girl. The levels of violence we continue to see being displayed by our children are of grave concern, and sadly this also seems to be a reflection of the violence and disrespect towards women and girls that permeate our society. We need to do more now to protect our children and future. These kind of maladaptive behaviors in our schools and communities must not be condoned, and we must teach our boys that masculinity is not synonymous with abuse.
Councillor-elect Shaw calls for urgent action to restore Morant Bay Cemetery. Following her decisive victory in Friday's by-election, Councillor-elect Rosemary Shaw is already taking action on behalf of the Morant Bay Division. She is demanding that the government keeps its promises, starting with the immediate restoration of the Morant Bay Cemetery. During a visit of the cemetery on Sunday, where she paid tribute to the late Councillor Ron Washi Bryan, Shaw condemned the deteriorating state of the burial site. Overgrown shrubs and neglected trees have made it difficult for families to visit their loved ones with dignity. The condition of the Morant Bay Cemetery is an affront to both the deceased and their families, Shaw stated. This is a basic issue of respect. It's unacceptable and it needs to be fixed immediately. Shaw also recalled the numerous government officials, including local government minister Desmond McKenzie, who campaigned heavily in the division, making promises to improve the community. Despite the government's heavy campaign presence, Shaw emerged victorious, with voters choosing her vision for Morant Bay over the government's candidate. The minister and his team were here often during the campaign, but the cemetery, just steps from where they had their events, remain in disrepair. I'm demanding that they act on their promises and fund the restoration now, Shaw declared. Shaw's call for action doesn't stop at the cemetery. This is just the beginning, Shaw added. The people of Morant Bay deserve more than empty words. As their representative, I'll ensure their needs are met and the government follow through on its commitments. This is about more than politics. It's about respect, accountability, and delivering for the people of Morant Bay, she stated. No thanks. Some craft traders who are struggling to earn a living at Otres Craft Market have rebuffed an offer from the Prime Minister to have their fees waived until next June. They have described it as a short-term measure that will have no long-term benefit and see it as yet another signal that the government is not listening. We no want nobody to pay we rent. There is nothing that we want. The market needs to be repaired and then more tourists will start coming in and we can make more money and pay we rent. We don't need somebody to go and give us a fish. Teach a man how to fish and he will survive on his own, said the market secretary, Charlene Henry. She has been a craft trader for more than 20 years and was among a group of 6 of her peers who congregated at the entrance of the market on Monday. None of them completely embraced the announcement made by leader of the governing Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, as he closed the party's 81st annual conference on Sunday. In outlining measures that would show the administration cares about the tourism sector and its employees, Holness said the fee waiver is supposed to help stakeholders in our craft market who were badly affected by a fall off in cruise visits. To lighten the burden that they face, the government will waive fees for all craft vendors in government-owned craft markets for the months of December and January, and write off any outstanding fees owed by the craft vendors. This is designed to ease the economic burden on the craft vendors and give them a head start in the winter tourism season, he told this round of supporters gathered at the National Arena. He singled out craft vendors in St. Anne, hard hit by damage of Ochoa's cruise ship pier, for extra support. I have instructed that the waiving of fees for craft vendors in St. Anne will extend until June next year when the pier is set to reopen, Holness steers to chairs. The reaction from Henry and others at the market was starkly different. I think it is an insult. This is way off from what we are concerned about and what our problems are. I've been having great issue to get my shop in a state to apply for the Jamaica Tourism Board license where I can go to a bank and open an account and have proof of my funds. This is one of our greatest issues. And then you're gonna come and talk about paying shop rent? I'm not fretting over somebody paying for the rent, she scoffed. The third generation in her family to earn a living at the craft market, she said that she is not affiliated with any political party. Vendors say they pay about $2,500 per month. They need to come in here and fix the place properly and bring it up to international standards so tourists will be excited to stop here. Every day we hear how much it is being made by the tourism industry, so where is the billions being used? The market needs to be upgraded, Henry insisted. Her colleagues agreed and complained that the facility is in a deplorable state. Their shops are leaking and have dilapidated floorboard. The pavements leading to them are broken, and more annoying, there is a rodent infestation. The closest thing to praise Holness' suggestion received from the vendors was a grudging acknowledgement that it was a good gesture. This came from advisors at the market, Renford Henry, and he also said it was not enough. What he is doing won't put money in our pocket and goods in our shop because there is nothing that we are holding in our hands. How will they have bellyful which he is giving us now going to last? Where is the food coming from after that, he asked. They see the condition and suffering of the craft markets and yet nothing has been done. The whole craft fraternity is suffering because they are not helping us to get people into the craft market. We have ideas for months and years. They are not being sold, Renford Henry added. He suggested that the Urban Development Corporation, the state agency in charge of operations at the craft market, fix the infrastructure. We want improvements and development in the craft market, so when tourists come, they didn't turn away because of the shambles, he said. Another vendor, Andrea Green, urged Holness to visit the market. She believed it will help him understand their frustration. We are suffering in here. We're not getting no business. Waiving the fee will help us a little bit, but this is not the root of the problem. We're not making any money, and I'm stressed to my neck. He should look into it and come in and have dialogue and listen to our plea, she stated. Craft vendors at the Otres market have not been shy in expressing themselves over the years. In May of this year, they staged a protest to voice concern about changes made in their licensing agreement and the decrepit state of the market. In September 2021, they blasted Tourism Ministry and threatened to take to the streets because tour bus operators were not taking cruise ship vendors to the craft markets. In May 2020, they spoke out after delays to reopen the facility, which was closed as part of efforts to curb COVID-19. Their goals about the need for repair and lack of clients have been repeated by other markets across the country over the years. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.